So we have some news to tell you,
I'm moving out.
but
But
we're starting a podcast. I think that's kind of good.
I thought that was good. Hey, girl, I gotta move out.
No, girl, don't go.
It's okay, girl. We're gonna start a pod.
Pod.
Ex-roommates.
New episodes weekly. I mean monthly. I mean whenever the fuck we want. Rose is moving out, and we've lived together for 6 years. So
Yeah.
this is crazy.
And when I moved in, I knew you kind of. We were in the same a cappella group in college.
Mhm. So we were friendly, but we were nowhere near as close as we are now.
I was worried.
Yeah, we knew.
Not worried, but
Well, we knew from college that we had very different personalities. Kind of.
kind of.
And we just didn't know each other well enough to know what that would be like living together as well. I would
Totally.
say, right?
But we were like the two in our a cappella group that were like
Definitely pursuing music.
Pursuing music. So I was a senior in college, and Brooke was like, called me or texted me and was like, I have a room. Do you want to move in? And I was like, guess I'll do it.
Yeah, like you didn't even know if you wanted to go to LA or Nashville,
Yeah.
right?
But I think I knew I was like focused on Nashville a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
So when you said it, I was like, I gotta do it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I kind of sealed the deal with my
Yeah.
text.
And we were in the same piano class.
Oh my god.
And if you didn't know, Brooke kind of has a little bit of what's this?
Rose loves to bring up my hunchback.
And well, it's really unfair because piano is like a really hard thing for hunchbacks. You're like this kind of. And I just remembered that about you.
So I guess her first impression of me when she came into this piano class was, who's that hunchback bitch?
Well, there were no girls in it. So I was like, okay, I'll sit next to the girl. And then you were like, you should join my a cappella group.
Well, I think we got to talking and you were like, I sing. And I was like, really? Well,
Really?
I'm in an a cappella group. You should totally join. And I, at that point, had no idea if you could sing or not. Like, I was like, she could be horrible. And I'm just telling her to audition and, like, I'm going to crush her
Yeah.
dreams. But then she auditioned and she was good. And
Yeah.
she got in, which is so funny because I always, when I met Rose, thought she was, like, so cool, like the coolest girl ever.
I am cool.
Like, too cool for school. I know I always say that and you, like, make fun of me.
Too cool for school. I was such a loser.
But like apparently she went to an all-female like high school and was very like about like girls, like I don't know, like feminist kind of.
Yeah.
Feminist.
I knew, because when you go to an all-girl school, if you know, you know, that energy is always, especially on a co-ed campus, that energy is what you need, like feminine energy.
Yeah.
And also my vocal teacher at the time was like, don't join an all-girl group because you'll be forced to sing super low.
And you were.
I know.
Which is funny because when I got to college, I was like, I want to be in co-ed groups. I want to be on a co-ed floor for dorming.
Then why'd you pick?
I just heard all of them sing and I was like, Sweet Signatures is the best.
That's
And I
right.
want to be in the best one. And so-
Sweet Sigs.
And I think I hadn't been a part of an all-girl cohort or anything like that
Yeah.
before, and I loved the sisterhood it looked like.
Totally.
And I was like, oh, let me try this. Like, something drew me in about it. And then obviously I loved it.
Yeah.
But you already knew that was something you wanted.
Yeah.
Which was cool. But I was thinking in my head when you auditioned, I was like, she won't choose us. Because she's too cool. She'll want to be, like, with...
The cool is all girls.
Yeah. So it ended up, like, working out perfect.
And it's funny because since we both do music in Nashville, I've found that a lot of like the producers, artists, like especially in our age group, were in a cappella because it was like the peak of Pitch Perfect, and like
Yeah.
if you did music, you did a cappella.
All our shows were sold out. Like my
Yeah.
freshman and sophomore year, they kind of started dwindling.
Totally.
By
By
the
the
end,
time I graduated, because I was a year below Brooke, it was like
not as cool.
Yeah.
But it was like super cool when we joined. We promise.
it was like really hot. Like
it was like the hot thing to do.
it really
on
was.
campus. No, it actually was though. Like all our shows were sold out. People like couldn't get tickets.
For music-y people, it was cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's how we met.
Yeah.
And
And we moved here.
and
and
we lived together for 6 years.
I feel like we quickly vibed.
I agree. Like I think we both were unsure how it was going to go, and immediately we're like, oh, this is clicking.
Mhm.
I think you always, or from the beginning, you felt like a sister to me more than like a friend almost.
Yeah.
Like if we were mad at each other, it was more like a sister annoyance.
Totally.
Or like getting mad. Like we weren't mad after 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
we're fine.
And like Brooke is somebody that works 24/7. And I know that's like people are like, oh my God, she works so much. But I think something's like a little off here where like she can't stop. And it's great for a musician, independent artist, but like I think I gave a little bit of balance into your life
Oh,
while
definitely.
you also drove me to work more in a good way.
For sure. And like we definitely rubbed off on each other that
Yeah.
way. And I think Rose taught me a lot about like enjoying life more and like going outside.
Lighting candles, setting a vibe.
Yeah, Rose
That
is all
sounds
about
weird.
a vibe.
Yeah, that's I'm like set the mood. No, but
it's
set the
true.
mood for your life. Okay.
I think for me, I was like, I don't really need creature comfort. I just need to like work, get money, whatever.
I'm all about the vibe.
Rose is like, do we have the fluffiest blankets? Are the colors making us happy? Like, and that honestly changed my perspective so much.
Huh. I think there's a beautiful balance that artists need because we're making art. Like
Yeah.
we need to be in this state where we're ready to like create. And if you're just working, how can you do that? You know what I mean?
That's actually funny because this just came up with my boyfriend, which we are changing the names
Oh
of.
yes.
What's his name now?
Okay, so Brooke and I are both dating people, and we don't want to say their names because I don't know. I mean,
Let's, for their own protection,
Yes.
we're not going to say their names. I've named her girlfriend Betty.
Betty.
Mm-hmm.
And your boyfriend is, what did we say?
Craig.
Craig.
So just know that's what the names we'll be using on
Yes.
this podcast.
So,
referring
yes.
to them. So I was talking to Craig, my boyfriend, about this because basically I was trying to write a song and he was like, I think you're not in the right headspace. You seem really stressed. Like maybe we should go on a walk. And I was like, I'm not like you. I need to just do it. I need to just.
Yeah.
I came here to write a song, and I'm going to do it right now. I don't need to be in the right headspace. I just need to bulldoze through it, and then a good song will come or not. Craig is a producer in Nashville
Mhm.
and works with Rose because I introduced them because I was like, you guys are really similar in my mind, and I think you would work really well together. And that was before we were dating.
Mhm.
And then obviously I just love Rose so much that I wanted to date this guy who's just like her. Whenever I tell people that Rose is moving out, their first reaction is, did something go wrong? Like, did your friendship end?
Which I think is crazy. Like we're both 29 years old. We've lived together for 6+ years. You should see my room. It's really tiny.
Yeah.
But here's totally squashing the rumors.
You heard it here first.
We're still besties. I'm just moving in with Betty.
Ooh!
Don't tell my mom.
That's
I'm just kidding. She knows.
okay. I was
She
like-
fully knows. I think it will be good. Like all of our other friends that I don't live with, we will plan our friend times together.
Mhm.
And I think we'll slay that.
What are you like most looking forward to with like living with a partner? This will be your first time living
Yeah.
with somebody, not me, who you're dating.
There's many things. One thing that I'm excited about is not carrying a bag everywhere. This like past year has been major like Rose in a bag. Like, oh, I don't have my stuff because it's over at that location.
Mhm.
And then another thing I'm excited about, and this is not to be like, I love to be naked, but I'm pumped to be totally naked all the time. I like to be free. And I think I can do that more when Brooke's not around, obviously. Like do you know what I mean?
We've seen each other naked.
Yeah.
But
Not to be crazy, but I'm excited to do it like more.
do you actually just walk around at Betty's like naked all the time?
Not all the time, but I just feel like also I know how hard you're working and I don't like to be quiet. Like I'm excited to just like, because sometimes I pick up your energy and your energy is very focused. And in the morning, I want to have this like ease
Yeah.
and your energy is more like, I'm working. And I'm like, I don't want to disturb that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to not be on edge of that I'm going to disturb somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so Betty is like often at work during the day, right? So
Yeah.
you're like home alone.
So I just have like my own space to be naked. No, I'm just kidding. To just like, I don't know, do whatever.
yeah.
So
All
yeah,
right. I think it's gonna be good.
I think it'll be great.
It's good for us. It's a new chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning 30 this year. 30-year-olds don't live with roommates.
I guess. I'm also excited to just like be with Betty.
yeah.
Like I'm excited for like cuddles. I like to be cuddled
Yeah.
every night. That's nice.
Rose is very in love.
I'm super in love.
And I think it just like makes sense. I don't know, just the way your relationship has like grown so quickly, it just like makes sense that. And also, you guys moved slower than other lesbian couples. Like,
Yeah.
you waited a year
Yeah.
to move in together.
Yeah.
We talked about how my year started January 1st and yours kind of just started this week
Yeah. My sister got married in LA this last
during the fires.
Yes. Which was super weird and horrible because my sister loves LA. Everybody loves LA. And it was burning. Like we could see the fires. And then I'm looking at my sister who's like, I feel dumb for even caring about my wedding right now. But
And you were super, super stressed.
yeah,
But I think it turned out great.
turned out great. Kind of showed that like love and life continues. I don't know. Well, it's funny because Brooke and I actually were talking like, how do I talk about this? Not even just like on this, but just like in.
She just stole that line fully from me.
But it's because it's like,
Yeah, it was something she was working on for a really long time. You guys spent a lot of money on it.
yeah,
It's like also something like super expensive and
Yeah.
valuable that could have been lost as well.
Yeah.
But you guys kept it
Mhm.
going and it turned out great. So.
and it was cool because everybody who couldn't make it, which was like 50 people, all of their food and everything went towards people who were working on putting out the fires. So that felt
Yeah,
really good.
That was nice.
So when I was at the wedding, I brought my car to the shop because I had to like get alignment done. I don't even know what that means, but apparently it had to be done. So I was going to be gone. So I bring my car there. They're so nice. They're like, we can keep your car here while you're gone for like
10
a week
days.
plus. Yeah. I come back. They bring around my car all aligned and everything, and it is literally ransacked. Like my middle console is like completely disheveled, my glove box fully, and the guy's like, "Here you go." I'm like, did you guys do that?" And he was like, oh my God.
Like he didn't notice when he
He was
pulled the
like,
car
I'm
around.
sorry, I didn't work on this car. So we went and got someone, and the guy came back. He was so nice. But I mean, it makes sense. But he was like, we try so hard to make sure each car is locked, but it appears someone has stolen things in your car.
But also, your car's manual. Like you have to manually lock each door.
Yeah.
I wonder if they didn't know that.
Exactly. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
So I don't keep anything that precious in my car, but my registration was stolen. Photo booth picture like print of Betty and I was taken.
Weird.
So weird. Hand wipes were taken. Who knows if they like use them, but I really loved those car hand wipes. Think about it. You do the gas station, you immediately want a hand wipe.
Sure.
Is that weird? I don't know. And then I had just received my Brooke Alex Big Mouth album on vinyl, and they took that.
So somebody's jamming to Big Mouth right
Yeah,
now.
they were like, you know what? This looks hot, and I'm taking this. Out of like, I just think that's so funny.
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, and
Like-
they were really nice. They said that I could go get my car cleaned, and they would pay for it, and I had to go get a registration, and they would pay for it. But be careful if you see me on the road, because
Oh.
I can't get pulled over, because then they'll be like, you stole this vehicle.
Oh God. Well, let's not post this till you get a new registration.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a goal of Monday of next week.
Damn.
But yeah, them stealing your album like is like
I think
What do you
that's so like why of all the they were like this is valuable.
maybe they were thinking like, let's sell this on eBay. If we ever see it, that's who did it. Do you know what
But
I mean?
it's also funny because like I have so many of those in our apartment that Rose could have just taken and she bought it with her own money to support me and it got stolen.
You gotta do. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Right before I move out. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, and so she won't even have a piece of me now.
Not one piece.
But damn, that's really wild. I'm sorry to that man. Probably a man.
Honestly, yeah, it's definitely a man.
Definitely.
No
Because-
shade to men,
because
but I'm
he-
assuming it was a man. Well,
he's just gonna try
well,
and
now
sell
that I'm
it.
thinking about it, was it a man? They literally stole. I mean, this could
Girly
go either
stuff.
way. Hand wipes, a lesbian photo booth like picture thing that could be a man or a woman taking that, and then like a really hot girly pop album.
I think they probably were like, maybe this album is like somebody famous and will sell this for a lot.
Yeah, like I saw this being sold at Urban. I'm gonna resell.
No, I don't.
I'm just kidding. There's one time where Brooke cut her hair in your bathroom, and that was pretty epic because it wasn't just like cutting your hair. She went from like down here to like here.
That was like the first time I cut my hair short.
And literally my ex cut your hair.
Yeah.
She was very calm. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
It was so short.
So what had happened was I went to get a haircut and I got scared at the haircut and I was like, actually don't go that short. I'm not sure anymore. So they cut it to like here. And then I got home and I was like, I'm not happy, guys. I wanted it shorter. And then your ex was like, I can do it. And I was like, okay, do it.
Which is pretty baller. Like,
yeah.
we both were like, and
Yeah.
she's like,
She did a great job.
yeah,
Yeah.
she slayed.
It was awesome.
And then your hair had never looked like cuter. It was so like we were like, oh my god! It was so short, but it looked so good.
honestly, I think living with you also gave me the courage to do that kind of thing because when we were in college, you dyed the ends of your hair pink.
I did.
And you were the first person I knew that was like me and had like normal hair and then just one day decided to do something crazy with their hair and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know I could do that. And so then when I was here, when I moved to Nashville, I think at one point I was like, oh, I want to dye my hair pink because Rose did it. And that makes me feel like I can do it. So I did that. And then when I wanted to cut my hair short, I was like, it's because my whole life I had the same long haircut,
Really long
never
hair.
had layers, never did anything crazy with my hair. I was like, I can't. I just felt like I couldn't. And then seeing you do it made me be like, oh, I can do anything I want to my hair.
And also, Brooke was going through some weird shit during COVID, and you're like, should I dye my hair blonde? And I'm like, no!
Which I could never. I wore a blonde wig for a musical in
I thought you looked good.
school once, and it was crazy. Everyone was like, never do that to your hair. It's
I
insane.
dyed my whole head blonde pretty much, and my sister, who's a blonde, was like, wow.
To be fair, though, like, your sister's blonde, so
Yeah.
it feels like you could. My family blonde, like,
Yeah.
we're literally Asian. It'd be like, what?
I literally was my senior year, like, so into, like, fake tans, and then I dyed my head blonde.
So crazy
Do
that
not scroll back on my
Rose was
Insta.
into fake tans.
Yeah.
Like, that's so
Yeah.
not you, but also you are, like, down to, like, try things and be, like, a party girl. So,
Except
like,
I
makes
don't have a
sense.
tattoo. No, but I dyed my hair pink. That was like the first thing I did, and I did it because of Aquamarine.
Really? The
Yeah.
movie?
I saw it and I was like, that's so fun. It's just so colorful. And so I was like, I just want to be colorful.
That's it. Okay, just in general, Rose has taught me to be more fun. For example, I think growing up, whenever I had like an event where I could dress up for, I would always be like, I have to look like sexy, or I want to wear a dress that's like show stopping and like shows off my body or like makes every guy like kind of male gaze vibes, like looks at me. And Rose was like, why? You can wear like a really colorful, like crazy dress, like with
Thanks,
a big
Brooke.
bow. And so that's why like I feel like this past year I've stepped out of my comfort zone a little more with that kind of stuff. Like for New Year's, I wore that bow dress.
Well, I also feel like that you've taken that fully on yourself too, because like you've like even your music brand, it's not like male gaze focus. It's just like, hey, what do I want to be? So
Yeah.
I think you should give yourself like way more credit.
Thanks. But I do think you opened the door for me to be like, oh, I don't have to, every time I dress up for a special event, dress this certain like sleek way. I
Totally.
can be like fun and out there and kind of weird
Totally.
because there's more events coming. It's
Yeah.
not the last event I'll ever be at.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's really lifted like this weight off my chest, I would say. So yeah.
Wow, beautiful.
Anyway.
Okay. Oh, we have this plant that we have that
Mm.
fully dies. all the time.
His name is Winston.
And he fully dies. And we're like, oh, Winston's dead. And then we water it. And then the next day it's alive.
Completely back to life.
Yep.
Like, he's like brown, and the next day, bright green.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
So
he's an icon.
highly suggest getting this plant if you don't have a green thumb.
We will tag it below.
Yeah.
First, we have to consult our plant.
It's like,
friends.
it's one of those that like it crawls out, it like hangs over the
I think
pot.
it's a philodendron. I don't know. I just made that up.
Rose did used to work at a flower shop, so you should
But it was
know.
mainly florals.
Okay.
Okay.
Rose working at a flower shop, just take that in.
At Flower, Nashville. We do have this iconic photo in our home hanging that is us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good memories,
Yeah.
Rose.
We both have turtlenecks on and we're like,
It's kind of like the Step Brothers movie poster, but us in black turtlenecks, and our black wall is behind us. It was right after you had painted it.
Yeah.
And we were like, how can we ring this new wall in
totally.
with this photo?
And we both made it a thing where it's like, if you're FaceTime, like if you're on like a work Zoom, not a work Zoom, if you're on something where you're meeting someone new that you want to catch their vibe, you put the photo behind you to see how they react to it.
because it's an easy way to determine if someone's like funny or like with it or like
Yeah.
down to be fun.
Like,
like, because
Yeah.
it's obviously not serious. I remember during the pandemic, I think I did some like FaceTime dates.
oh.
And that was like a determinant for like if the guy was actually cool or fun,
Totally.
if he would mention it. Like, I think one guy was like, oh, it's that picture, and then like didn't think it was funny at all, and I was like, snooze.
He's
a
out.
snooze. But yeah, and then one guy was like super into it, and I was like, okay, he's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, just interesting.
Yeah, probably not a work thing. Our kitchen right now. Well, Brooke and I. Oh, another thing is Brooke and I watched a lot of shows together, and then I'd bring up the show, and Brooke would be like, "I didn't watch that," and I'd be like, "We watched the entire series, like Sex in the City or Friends." It's like you have no recollection.
I was just gonna bring up Sex in the City because I know we watched the full season. Like, I remember us specifically watching the full season, and then the other day I was on a plane and I was like, let me like see if I remember any of these episodes. Clicked on one, nothing registered in my brain.
But that's how I like to rewatch things.
Yeah,
I forget, and you'll be like, "What's gonna happen?" And I'd be like, "I don't know," and I'd have already watched it.
but those are shorter shows. I don't know,
But like another thing is that like Brooke says she has a really bad memory, but like there are some times where you really forget, girl.
oh yeah, like Rose will be like, remember we did this like thing last week or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no clue about that. And you know what?
Gotta
I
lock that
actually
in.
recently just found out if you have a lot of sugar, your memory's bad. And I'm always drinking sugar because I don't like water. So I'm always drinking lemonade and iced tea and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like maybe that's my problem.
Maybe.
I don't know, but
I also think once you're saying you have a bad memory, you just have a worse memory.
yeah, Rose says I manifest it.
Yeah, you have to say, "I am Brooke, and I have a good memory."
Yeah. The thing is, though, my boyfriend Craig also has a really bad memory. So both of us are like, do you remember? No. Do you remember? No.
When I talk to him too, he'll forget things, and I'm like, "Are you serious? Like we just, like not only did you state that earlier, but you stated it emphatically, and
Well-
now you have no recollection of that."
But here's the kicker, Rose. I'll say to him, like, do you remember this thing? And he goes, no. And I'm so mad. And so now it's like happening to me what happens to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get why
But
Rose is so
ours is-
pissed.
Ours aren't even. It's like something so dumb. I'm like, "Remember that really fun thing?" And you're like, "No."
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like, "That sucks for you, girl.
I know.
It's just for you. You don't have memories."
I know. But,
Do you? Another one is that like we went on tour together,
oh, yeah.
which is like not really roommates things, but like kinda pretty cool.
It was cool because it felt like I brought home with me because she's literally my roommate. It was because, when you bring just a normal friend on tour, you've never lived with them before. You don't know what it would be
Totally.
like. But we already knew exactly what we were getting into.
Totally. The only thing I didn't know is what kind of a sleeper you were because we shared beds. We haven't really slept in the same bed many times together, and we realized that after like 5 years of living together.
Yeah, because we have a friend, Kayla, who sleeps over all the time, and her and I share a bed all the time.
Mhm.
And Rose and I were like, wait, we've never shared a bed because we just have separate rooms in the same apartment.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for us to ever share a bed. So this was one of the first times we were
And
sharing
what
a
I
bed.
realized is Brooke doesn't move. She's just like, which is really helpful to me.
Well,
You're a great sleeping partner.
Rose had like a long time of having a lot of like sleep anxiety.
Totally. I just wasn't a good sleeper. Now I'm like, I would say in the middle somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not great, but I'm not horrible.
That's good. I mean, that's great because sleep is everything.
Plug, Brooks.
My new Turning 30 series.
Yeah, sleep, important, girl.
No, but and I don't get enough sleep either. But I think when
like we were filming this at 11 today, and we both were majorly concerned that we weren't going to get here on time. And waking up, I gotta say, hard.
I did go to bed way later than you as well.
I
But
didn't go to bed.
I heard you on your phone, but then I heard it go off at one point, and I was still awake.
Well, I'm trying to majorly watch TikToks right now.
Oh yeah, Rose really believes the ban is gonna happen on Sunday, and
It's 2 days away.
I just don't.
Ouch, that's hot.
A hot take.
I personally don't have a hot take this week.
I don't think TikTok's going away, and it's supposed to go away in 2 days on Sunday.
And the reason why I think she's crazy with that is like the Supreme Court already like denied all of the ways that it could come back.
Mhm.
I do think that maybe like in a few months someone rich could buy it
and it would come back.
Yeah, like, but I do think on the 19th it will go away, and we'll know the answer to this when this airs.
I don't. I think all the famous TikTokers who are posting about it, like funny, like, oh no, TikTok's going away, they know it's not, and they're using this momentum to like build their audience even more. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I'm basically not really thinking about it
And
much.
TikTok has totally tanked for me like this past year. I have like 190K of followers and I'll get like 200 views. And so like TikTok to me music wise, I'm like, it's for that viral moment. It's not like consistent.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
in terms of like just having a good time watching stuff, or like, oh, I have to figure out how to do this, I'm just gonna TikTok it really quick. We won't be able to do it.
It's definitely easier to search on than like Reels. Like if I need to
Reels,
find,
you can't search one thing on Reels.
yeah, if I need to make like a compilation video of like different trends or something, I go to TikTok to search for them and find them and
100%.
download them. So that's definitely would be
Reels-
annoying.
Reels for us has been great because it like,
It's all in one place, so
and it's consistent. We're growing a fan base. Like,
algorithm wise, it's way better. Like I don't even concern myself with my TikToks going viral anymore.
and back in the day, it would be like, all of our music project could be leading to that one post, and it could totally tank.
yeah,
And on Insta, it could tank too, but it's different. It's like you'll still see those people that have been watching your stuff looking
yeah.
at it.
You have your consistent people seeing it all the time.
which is beautiful.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll see when this posts. We'll already know the answer to
Yeah.
this, but Rose thinks it's gonna go black on Sunday.
I just think it like won't load and stuff. Brooke thinks we'll be able to like post videos.
yeah.
And maybe you're right, but I don't know how you.
And
could
then
be
I
like,
think on Sunday everyone will be like, "Oh my God, nothing happened," and I'll be like, "Yeah."
then what's the point of anything? Like, I think it's okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's the hot take.
Okay, that's the hot take.
Okay, now it's time for We Wish We Wrote It. We hear such good music all the time, probably you too, and we're like, aw, I wonder if someone's hearing this. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, like we also are posting our songs to get them heard, so like, of course, we want to hype up other people doing the exact same thing as us.
totally.
So
Shall
yeah.
we listen?
Yeah. Can I show it on your phone?
Yeah,
since
go
mine's
for
up
it.
there?
And who is it?
So today I'm gonna show you guys Eva Rose. She just put out a new song. Do you know this song?
I actually haven't heard it. She wrote with her.
I wrote with her a few years ago, and this song that she's been posting
Maybe I
about
have.
has been going viral. This girl.
Let me see her.
Um,
Oh, I follow her. Oh yeah, okay.
and I think it's so good, and
Ooh,
the part
yay.
she's posting is so catchy.
Oh, isn't it scary? Used to think you'd be the man I married. So good. If you didn't, could the cold scare me? Thank God that you let me slip, holding me close over the cliff. Yeah, I never leave. It's kind of funny. The worst thing you did was the best thing that happened to me.
I love her hair too. God.
It's so good, and the way she's acting in this video is really what's selling it, because
Yeah.
she seems so genuinely happy and excited, like they just wrote it,
Totally.
which is a great moment to capture.
yeah. Nothing feels better than when you're listening to your song the way you want it to sound, and you're like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm super happy for her. I feel like this is her first song that's like really popping off that I've noticed.
Oh yeah, like 1 million views. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's happened a few times when she's posted this song. That's how you know it's like a winner.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, go check that song out.
Go Eva
It's called
Rose.
Isn't It Scary by Eva Rose. Is it Ava? Ava Rose?
I don't know.
Eva
You're the one who
Rose.
met her. Wait, let's see.
I feel like it's Ava. I think it's Ava Rose.
I feel like it's Eva. Please, Eva and or Ava, please hit us up. Either way, your song's awesome and your name's cool. Either way,
True.
you have Rose in it. Come on, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Well, we're so happy you listened to our first episode.
That's crazy. You made it all the way through. First episode of Ex Roommates in the Bag. See you next time.
Cheers.